All right, welcome to Obsessed Garage. I'm Matt Moorman. This is Milwaukee Product Focus, and this is called the installation driver. I think that's what they call this thing, installation drill driver, because it does both, screw driving, nut driving, lag driving, as well as drilling. And this is This is a luxury tool. I don't think you're going to use this very often. So this is going to spend most of its time dormant in your cabinet if you're anything like me. But it is, I think, something you'll want as you build out your arsenal. And it also depends on what kind of work you're doing. What you'll find is that oftentimes your drill or your impact won't fit somewhere. And that's where this comes in handy. This thing only does, the output on this is not as great as some of the other regular, even like the 1/4 inch hex impacts. This does 300 inch-pounds of torquing. So the goal of this is not to be breaking lug nuts loose. So it's not that useful of a tool, and you can even tell how I'm tossing this thing around. It's designed to be lightweight, simple. You can see I have been using it, so I do use it occasionally because I've got greasy palms all over the thing. But it is something that I find I get out of the cabinet once a month at most, working on different projects. And here's where it becomes useful. I don't think, if you're looking for my advice, I don't think you can just buy this and have it be, in order to save a few bucks, and be your screwdriver or your lag driver if you're installing TVs and stuff or framing things out, and also have it be your drill. You certainly aren't going to be doing concrete drilling and things like that with something like this. But it does have all of these different functionalities that, again, I don't think I'm ever going to use it in this mode. So this has your typical chuck, where I can put my drill bits on here. I put it in drill mode, and I'm able to drive in a drill bit into some metal or wood or something like that. But I'm always going to grab my dedicated drill, if you will. So this will do it in a pinch. If you're going over to a buddy's house and you only want to take one tool, I guess this could do it, but it wouldn't be my preference. One nice thing is that it is pretty ergonomic and does feel good in your hand. But what you are going to use this for often, again, here's the straight on, nut driving or screw driving, where you could put, like, this is a T20, little 3.5 inch bit. You could use that. But what you're really going to use this thing for is the offset. And so here's the 90. So this is where I'm going to use this thing most often, is where I have something really weird, trying to get up into an area, and I can put this 90 in any position that I need in order to get into a tight area. So you can see this is where this tool becomes functional for me, and I'm going to use it in different spots. The other thing that you may find is that there's an access point where it's just a little bit off, and you have this offset joint as well. So I can take and use the offset to drive or drill. Now you would need to use, let's say, the Milwaukee titanium drill bits that have the hex end on it, the 1/4 inch hex style. But you can use this where if I'm trying to get up underneath my cabinet somewhere, and this offset could become useful. And so you can see, this is a couple $100 tool that is probably going to sit in your cabinet most of the time, because it doesn't have as much output as a traditional drill, doesn't have as much capability or as output as a traditional screwdriver, impact driver, but it is something that may be necessary in an environment where you have some weird stuff you're trying to get, some weird nut you're trying to get off, or weird thing you're attempting to drill a hole in something that you just can't get a traditional tool in. And you have your normal forward reverse, which is pretty different than most of the Milwaukee tools. Most of them will have a button, an actual manual switch that you'll use. Like, for instance, on a surge impact, you'll have the normal reverse, forward and reverse. This one has a digital push button that you depress, and then you have your two speeds, speed 1, speed 2, like a traditional drill would have. You just adjust to change how much output you want on the tool. And then your battery indicators here on the handle. So, interesting tool, something that I have in my cabinet, something that I do stock, and something that I recommend. You can buy it in a 2.0, which is a tool only. And this is an interesting one because I think this is the only one where when you buy it, there are no batteries included, but it does give you a bag. Almost every single other Milwaukee tool, when you buy a 2.0, you get nothing but the tool. So this is what they call, they're not even calling it, I guess they still are calling it tool only. So it says battery and charger not included, but this one, it is confusing because it looks identical. The box is the same, but you can buy it in a 2.2 kit where it includes two CP 2.0 batteries and the M12 only charger, which you're probably going to punt in the trash anyway and use a better charger. But this one comes with the bag, the charger, and the batteries when you buy it as a kit for a few extra bucks. So that's how your options are for getting this. So luxury tool, something that there are times where only this will get the job done. And so it is one of the things that I think you'll want, but something that may stay in the want category for you unless you can just have everything. So in my ranking of Milwaukee tools, this is probably like, I have 44 tools in my cabinet. This is probably in the 40s of ones that I would buy last, but something that I do want all of them, so we do carry it, and I do have it, and I clearly have used it, so it is something that I think you do want in your cabinet at some point in the future. Thanks for watching. Hit up obsessedgarage.com for more Milwaukee content, and hit us up at support at obsessedgarage.com if you have any questions. We do usually keep these in stock. They're always coming in, and try to keep you up to date with all the Milwaukee stuff as they continue to evolve and as I continue to learn more stuff. Thanks for watching.